Hi. So because of the actual circumstances and because of all of us musicians being kind of stuck at home without concerts and without gigs, without rehearsals, and with a lot of time on our hands, I thought this was the right moment to try and make this video about circular breathing. So what's circular breathing? For those of you who might not know, it's the simple yet hard fact of breathing through the nose while you're still blowing through the mouth, so that as a wind player, so that the sound doesn't stop while you're breathing. I'm not a professional teacher of circular breathing. As a matter of fact, I never really tried to teach it before, so you'll have to be patient with me. But I thought I would give it a try so that you can give it a try and let me know if it helps. Just be aware, it's not something that will come in 1 hour or even 2. It's something that you'll have to practice in the long run, like maybe just 2 or 3 minutes every day, and then just sometimes it will just click and happen. So what's circular breathing? What happens? I know there are 2 schools, and I know some people just do it and push the air with the tongue. I was taught differently. What I do basically is very simple, is I stuck the air in my cheeks, so I look like a hamster, and then while I breathe through the nose, I push the air I stuck in my cheeks with the cheek muscles, like that. I'm exaggerating, of course, so that you might see better, but that's what happens basically. So I breathe, I'm playing, and suddenly then I stock more air than I need right now in my cheeks, and I breathe through the nose and I push the air out. So it looks like that. So that's me circular breathing. So it's not very elegant. You kind of look like something between a fish and a hamster, but it's very useful. I use it a lot and always more, and lots of people don't do it and don't use it. It's great if you don't need it, but I think it's just a useful tool to have at your disposal should you ever need it. Like, for example, I do my prélude à l'après-midi d'info nowadays with 3 breathing in it, and 3 very tiny circular breaths. That way it's not very loud, because when you breathe through the nose, it kind of makes a bit of noise. So I do 3. So it's 3 very tiny ones, and I can just play it with no problem, because I am not able to do it without breathing if I just don't use this tool. So yes. But it's just one example. I use it all the time, really. And yeah, so you might need it at some point, especially in contemporary music. I know it's it can be useful. So yes, you stock the air in your cheek, you push, and at the same time you breathe through the nose. So maybe to start with, we'll try to do this exercise. So you stock the air in your cheeks, and then just don't do anything here at first. Just breathe through the nose, and when you're done, push the air with your cheeks, push the air out, so that you get used to breathing through the nose, which we don't do all that often. So breathe through the nose and then push. So you start like that, and then you breathe. At first, so maybe decomposing the movement will help. And then when you're used to it, try to do it faster and faster. And then when it becomes second nature, the thing to you, suddenly you're just doing everything at the same time. Well, that's my hope, at least. I don't really remember how that happens for me. I know that we practiced it directly on the flute, so you might want to do that with your flute, or whatever wind instrument you're playing. Pick an easy sound to play. On the flute, we started on the high D, because the lower register doesn't work at all at first. Like, pick some high medium register thing, like something that's very easy and with like a medium pressure, not too much, not just too few, so that it's easy to come out. And you start you do the same thing, and then you try to to make a sound with your instrument when you blow the air out with your like cheeks full of air. Don't worry about sound quality. Sound quality is not your worry at the moment. Like really, it's the last thing you have to worry about. First, we are trying to develop the process of circular breathing, and then you can worry about sound quality and blah, 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 blah. But first things first, you have to get accustomed to this whole process of breathing while you're still blowing. And it might take some time. Be patient. I think it's better to do it like, you can do it when you're, nowadays no one is driving around, so, but you can do it while you're driving, you can do it while you're watching TV, you can do it, it doesn't make noise at all. It's, of course, at first, maybe you might need to concentrate, but you can practice that whenever, like, even in the middle of the night, you're not going to disturb anyone with it. So it's very practical. Maybe try to do it like not 20 minutes at once. You're going to go crazy. But maybe 5 minutes 3 times a day or 5 minutes every day. It's just like everything, like consistency is key. And I tried to be as clear as I could. Might not be at all. Let me know in the comments, and I will have time to do another video if something's not clear. Don't hesitate to write in the comments or to write me a message and to let me know what you think. And I really hope this will work for you and be as useful for you as it is for me.